As you can see, sun's out, beautiful day. There's a little bit of stuff here on the camera itself from the foggy days of the past few weeks. But look, things are great. Foam zone isn't too big here where all these folks, all these beachgoers are. The wonderful thing is, if you look at the break's pretty clean and it's not too far from shore. I'd say that's like maybe 40 yards in. The surf line up again about 10, 15 yards beyond where the breakers break, and then we'd usually be swimming about 10 yards beyond them. Now near this boat is a buoy which you cannot see, and it's actually straight out from Tower 9, about 450 to actually I should say 400 to 450 yards out. So just keep in mind this is where we swim. If we do a buoy swim, we're swimming from Tower 9 straight to the buoy and back for 850 to 950 yard swim, depending on the tide, current, yada yada yada. Um, Man, that's a beautiful wave. Okay, so I want to scroll down and see some other things here though too. Oh, by the way, notice there's a little bit of texture on the water, not too much. It's basically, I'm gonna guess 6 mile an hour wind today. Let's see what they say. Oh, 7. Okay, I wasn't too far. Man, what the? I did not want that. Okay, stop. Okay, now 7 knots wind. Yeah, surf height 3 to 4. Now look, when we talk about like surf height or wave height, remember that's just their estimate. That's like a standard distribution curve. The average is going to be 3 to 4. So don't like try to ask for a refund if the waves you see are 1 to 2 feet high, or if they happen to be like 5 to 6 foot high. So on average, the average wave can be 3 to 4 feet. I think Russell or Cheryl Crow are outside my window, so just don't listen to them. Water temp 60 to 62. Again, surf line has it usually a day behind, but it's pretty good. It was 61 yesterday, so I'd say it's probably pretty accurate. One thing, wind is, we're going to call that from the south. We call this north and this south. I know this is the northwest and southeast, but that's just how we call it here at the beach. Now, the swells are all from the south. So if we were to do a tower swim rather than a buoy swim, since the swells are coming, or the currents coming from the south, we would go about 15, maybe 20 yards beyond where the surf lineup is here. So we go right about here, rendezvous here, except for people who have to get going fast. We're going to take a sharp left turn and go south and probably go 2 to 3 towers, because if we swim out beyond the breakers, swim 2, 3 towers down, 2, 3 towers back, and then swim straight back to Tower 9, that's probably about a 1,500, 1,700 yard swim. But that's basically all I have to say about reading the water today. I do want to talk about magic seaweed, which is also usually a pretty good source. But these guys are smoking something, because the ocean is not 67 degrees today. It was about a week ago, but it was 55 over the weekend, and it was 61 Tuesday morning. But otherwise, it's cool because they do give this surf height. You can just tell in the future what it's going to look like, generally speaking. Another thing I don't like about magic seaweed, I'm not bashing them. I do like magic seaweed. But the wind, they start to overestimate, so you start freaking out because you see these big numbers in the wind, like about 10 knots. And then they tend to tamp it down as reality comes closer. So if you look here, I'm going to scroll down to, like, say, Friday. You're like, oh, these are pretty poor conditions to be swimming, say, around like 8 o'clock in the morning with this 10-knot wind. Or the same thing here, about probably 10 knots, about 9 p.m. Or sorry, 9 a.m. That's really going to be something like 6 to 8 by the time it actually happens Saturday morning. Same thing for Sunday morning. It's going to be more greenish than orangish by the time we're swimming there, because they tend to overestimate wind speed a few days in advance. As it comes closer to the date, they bring down their wind speed estimates. And again, look, even though I do like magic seaweed, they always say this sunny thing. Not always. They're actually pretty good about when it's overcast. But sometimes it's foggy, and man, the fog just rolls in, and no one really knows. Well, there's probably a few people who know what's happening, but they're not good at estimating when the fog comes. Let's see. This is Surfline again. Man, talk about an in-depth analysis. Oh, and it is cool because they'll admit like, hey, by the way, it is actually going to be overcast in the morning with a marine layer or something. That's all I wanted to show you guys today. That's probably enough. You don't need to know any more information than that. Enjoy the beach, be safe, and see you at Tower 9, man. We got swims usually Tuesday, Thursday in the group chat, or Saturday, Sunday at oceanswimoc.com. See you there. Take care.